Most traders believe that the moment price reaches a supply or demand zone, it is time to enter the trade. That sounds simple, but the market is not that simple. Sometimes price reacts exactly where everyone expects, and sometimes it moves straight through the zone without any respect. So the real question is not, where is the supply or demand zone? The real question is, how do you know when that zone is actually ready to reverse price? That is exactly what we are going to uncover in this video.
Right now, price is moving higher, and there is no reason to think about selling yet. Buyers are still pushing the market up, so I simply let price continue. As the market keeps moving, there is one area that immediately catches my attention. This is the supply zone. Now, many traders make the mistake of thinking this zone is an automatic sell signal, but that is not what a supply zone represents. A supply zone is simply an area where selling pressure may return. It tells me where I should start paying attention, not where I should enter a trade. At this point, I still have no idea whether sellers will actually step in or whether buyers will have enough strength to push straight through the zone. So instead of placing a sell order and hoping the market reverses, I do nothing. I let price continue naturally because the market has not given me any evidence that buyers are losing control. Right now, this supply zone is only a location on the chart. Whether it becomes a valid selling opportunity or not will depend entirely on how price behaves when it finally reaches this area.
Now that our supply zone is marked, let us also mark the demand zone. This is the area where I will expect buyers to become active if the market starts moving lower. Just like the supply zone, this area is not a prediction. It is simply another location that deserves my attention. Think of it this way. If price reaches the supply zone, I will be looking for a selling opportunity. If price reaches the demand zone, I will be looking for a buying opportunity. But in both cases, I am only looking. I am still not planning to enter a trade just because price touches either zone. Right now, both zones are ready and the market is trading between them. I do not know which one price will reach first, and I do not need to know. My job is simply to stay patient and let the market make the next move. Once price reaches one of these areas, that is when I will begin looking for evidence that buyers or sellers are actually taking control. So at this stage, there is only one thing left to do. Wait for price to reveal its next destination. The market will decide where it wants to go first, and we will react accordingly.
Before price reaches our supply zone, there is one more area I want to mark. This is the inducement, or the liquidity sitting just below the supply zone. This is where many traders become confident that the market will continue moving higher, so they start entering buy trades or placing their stop-loss orders around this area. Instead of focusing only on the supply zone, I also pay attention to this inducement, because it often plays an important role before the market reacts. With both the supply zone and the inducement marked, all that is left is to watch how price behaves as it moves toward this area. Now our attention is completely on the supply zone. Price is still moving higher, and I am simply following its movement candle by candle. At this point, I'm not looking for a sell entry because price has not reached the area I am interested in yet. Everything has already been prepared. The supply zone is marked, the inducement is identified, and now all I need is patience. I am going to let price continue naturally because the best trades come from waiting for the market to reach your area, not from chasing price before it gets there. Price has finally reached our supply zone, but I am still not entering the trade. This is exactly where most traders make a mistake. They see price touching the zone and immediately place a sell order, expecting the market to reverse. But I still do not know whether sellers are actually taking control or if buyers have enough strength to break above this zone. So instead of reacting to the touch, I let the next few candles develop. Right now, I'm only watching how price behaves inside the supply zone. Even though price is inside the supply zone, I am still not placing a sell trade. The reason is simple. A supply zone is only an area of interest, not a confirmation that the market will reverse. Buyers can still push price higher and break through this zone. That is why patience is so important. I want the market to reveal its intention first. If sellers are truly taking control, the chart will show it. If not, I simply stay out of the trade. Waiting for confirmation may cause me to enter slightly later, but it also helps me avoid many false reversals that trap impatient traders.
Now we finally have the confirmation we were waiting for. Instead of continuing higher, price has broken the most recent swing low, creating a bearish market structure shift. This tells me that buyers are no longer in control, and sellers have started taking over the market. This is exactly why I did not sell the moment price entered the supply zone. I waited for the market to confirm the reversal first. At this point, I am no longer guessing whether price will move lower. The chart has given me evidence that the direction has shifted, and now I can prepare for my sell entry with much more confidence. The bearish market structure shift is now confirmed, so this is where I execute my sell trade. I am not selling because price entered the supply zone. I am selling because the market has already confirmed that sellers are taking control. For my risk management, I place my stop loss around the middle of the supply zone, keeping my risk controlled while still giving the trade enough room to move. From this point, there is nothing else to do. The trade is active, my plan is already defined, and now I simply let the market work toward my target.
After the entry, sellers continue to maintain control, and price keeps moving lower, one candle at a time. At this stage, I simply let the trade play out according to my plan. As the market continues to decline, price gets closer to our demand zone with every new move. Finally, price reaches the demand zone, and our target is successfully achieved. The first setup is now complete, and it is time to see whether the market offers another opportunity from this area. Our first setup is now complete, and price has reached the demand zone. But just because the sell target has been achieved does not mean I am ready to buy. Just like before, I treat this as an area of interest, nothing more. This is where many traders make another mistake. They close their sell trade and immediately open a buy trade simply because price has reached the demand zone. I do not do that. Instead, I shift my focus from selling to buying and start watching how price behaves inside this area. If buyers are truly stepping into the market, the chart will reveal it. Until then, I continue to wait patiently. Price is now trading inside our demand zone, but just like the supply setup, I'm not rushing into a buy trade. Reaching the zone alone is not enough. Buyers still need to prove they are taking control of the market. Until that happens, I simply continue watching the price action candle by candle. If the market gives me confirmation, I will take the trade. If it does not, I will stay out and wait for the next opportunity. Now the confirmation finally appears. Instead of continuing lower, price breaks the most recent swing high, creating a bullish market structure shift. This tells me that sellers are no longer controlling the market, and buyers have started taking control. This is exactly what I was waiting for. I did not buy just because price entered the demand zone. I waited until the market confirmed the shift, and now I can prepare for my buy entry with much greater confidence. The bullish market structure shift is now confirmed, so this is where I execute my buy trade. I am not buying because price touched the demand zone. I am buying because the market has already shown that buyers are taking control. For my risk management, I placed my stop loss around the middle of the demand zone, keeping my risk controlled while giving the trade enough room to develop. Now the trade is active, and there is nothing left to predict. I simply follow my plan and allow the market to move toward the next target. With the buy trade now active, buyers continue to hold control, and price starts moving higher one candle at a time. There is no reason to rush out of the trade because nothing has changed in the market structure.
I simply let the market continue following its direction. As more candles form, price gets closer and closer to our target. Finally, the market reaches the target, completing the second setup exactly as planned. Both the sell and buy opportunities followed the same process, from the zone to confirmation and then to the target.
If you noticed, both the sell setup and the buy setup followed exactly the same process. I never entered a trade just because price touched a supply or demand zone. I always waited for the market to confirm the reversal with a market structure shift first. That is the biggest difference between predicting the market and letting the market confirm your idea. From now on, whenever price reaches a supply or demand zone, do not rush into a trade. Wait for confirmation, trust your plan, and let the market make the first move.